one take. Alright, this is this week's Bizarro Report. See if you can catch this tune. Okay. Alright. What do we got going on this week? Alright. First matchup. Jeff versus Levine. ESPN. Levine pulls off the Sunday comeback for the 9-6 win. But in Yahoo, Jeff Smith held on for a 12-10 victory. I had 8 errors, so I think that's the worst so far. 4 from Andrews, 2 from Castro, and 3 from Kiermaier, who I dropped. We matched each other with 4 wild pitch, but otherwise Jeff was better with men on base. Gave up only 1 stolen base and then had 5 double plays. Alright. Jeebs versus Ben. In ESPN, Jeebs, as he said, did things that were non-consensual in a 14-0 victory. In fact, they tied in runs, so it was very close to 15-0, and then they also had a tie for a complete game, so nobody had a complete game. But in Yahoo, Jeebs had a 15-6 victory, so Ben made up some points. Again, Ben rides his league best defense and league lowest errors. He only had one for Machado. Jeebs had a couple errors, but another 2 for Contreras, who's had errors like every week for him. They matched outfield assists, Pollock versus Ozuna. Jeebs suffered 4 wild pitches, and all of them came from Trevor Cahill. And Ben also had less stolen bases allowed, but Jeebs had more induced double plays. Yuki versus Sheev. Let's see. So in ESPN, Yuki had a 9-6 victory, but in Yahoo, Sheev once again defies the odds and pulls out a 15-7 victory. Sheev is like 3rd to last in the ESPN league, but he is in 3rd place in Bizarro League. That's right. Anyways, they matched each other with 4 errors each. And Yuki grounded into 6 double plays that hurt him a little bit. Sheev got an outfield assist for Grichuk. But again, mainly the difference here was that Sheev won the offensive categories that he lost in ESPN League. I'm not really sure how that keeps happening. Yuki also lost a point for wild pitches. Again, he had 1 from Yu Darvish. He's had 1 from him like every week. 1 take. And he also had 2 from Robbie Ray. Okay, Micah versus Maka. In ESPN, the Cleveland Browns finally got their first victory at 11-4. But in Yahoo, the margin was kind of similar, 13-8. Vu had more errors, 2 more for Carlos Correa. They match each other in outfield assists between Ian Desmond and Kyle Schwarber. And then Maka had more induced double plays, but Micah had more grounded into double plays, so Maka made up a few points there. Kayer versus Ando. ESPN Ando pulls out a 9-6 victory, and at Yahoo it was even more at 14-8. Kayer only had one error, Ando only had two, and one was Longoria yesterday. In that game, Ando had 3 outfield assists, and all of them are from Billy Hamilton. And then he also had 0 losses, so Andy won victories in ESPN, but then also he was 4-0 on the week, so he had no losses. And then Andy also took balks. Kayer had a balk for Santiago. He took stolen bases allowed because he only had 1 stolen base allowed, and more induced double plays. Kayer had none. And then last but not least was the matchup between the two division leaders, Hugo versus Correa. It was very tight all week, and in ESPN, Hugo pulled out the 8-6 victory on Sunday. In Yahoo, he actually pulled out a very similar 11-9 victory. And they split errors, only 2 each, but Chris took fielding percentage, and then Chris also took outfield assist thanks to Souza, but then Hugo had 0 wild pitches, 0 stolen bases allowed, and 7 induced double plays. Chris Lee suffered 2 wild pitches, 1 from Archer and 1 from Kimbrel. So that's where we stand. As I told you, the divisions are pretty much the same as they are at ESPN, except for the fact that the only difference is Sheev is way up. He's second place in our division in Bizarro League, and that's pretty much it. All right. Catch you next week.